Hello everybody, we're here with some more stuff, and today I'm driving to the Chainsaw Man movie. I watched the Chainsaw Man movie recaps, and I thought they were going to be little recap episodes, but instead it was almost all of the anime cut together. I had already read it, and I had already watched it. And as such, I did not feel bad about watching these recap episodes in 2 times speed. And so now I'm all caught up, and I remember everything. I remember where we're at in the story. And I'm interested in seeing what happens. Because I think that, I was reading Chainsaw Man in the bookstore originally. So I don't think I really, absorbed everything I read. And I knew that it was really dense. I knew that there was, a lot happening subtextually. And, the motivations of certain characters and stuff were not fully explained. And, the plans of certain characters were also not explained. So I think I'm just realizing that, there's even more to this story than I knew there was. Basically anything to do with, well, I don't want to spoil anything, so I guess I'll talk about something else, but no, I won't. You guys won't remember this. Anything that has anything to do with, the interplay between Makima and the Katana Devil is really interesting to me right now, because I'm like, oh, I guess I didn't pay enough attention to this before, I guess I didn't pay enough attention to this before. So, I don't know, I just think that's really interesting right now, but I'm excited to go watch this movie. I don't really know what anyone thinks about it. I do know that a lot of people have been drawing the characters online and posting it on Twitter, but I don't know if people like the movie or if it's a good representation of the show. But I'm watching it alone, which is really kind of interesting. I haven't really done this before. Gone and watched a movie alone like this. I think I might have done it once, but I can't think of what it would have been. Because, when The Boy and the Heron came out, I watched that with my mom. So I don't know if I've ever gone to see a movie by myself that, I paid for and am going to the theater, So I'm excited. I think it's going to be fun. I caught up. I put in the hours to refresh myself on the plot. And it's just made me really excited and reinvigorated about reading Chainsaw Man again with Tammy, because there's so much about it that I think is so interesting and that I want to talk about, but I haven't really had the opportunity to talk about any of it with anyone. I don't know. And then, typically I'll go online and look for people kind of analyzing an anime or a manga after I've consumed it, let's say, because that can sort of fill the same hole, although only superficially, of getting to have a discussion with someone about it and talking about the cool parts of it. And I have looked up the moment where there is a cigarette that has "Easy Revenge" written on it many times, and every time I'm so frustrated. I'm so frustrated with what I find. People say, oh, it was so that Aki could defeat the devil. Oh, it was so because she bought an Aki to defeat the devil. And it's like, no, it isn't, you stupid idiots. Jesus. I mean, you could say that. But I think it would be shallow and short-sighted in a collection of volumes that constantly shows us that the things that they are, talking about do not have to be shallow. There are deep, dense things in this. And to suggest that it's just like, oh, and then he can beat the devil, it's like so frustrating to me. And I wish that I could talk with someone about it and be like, what do you think of my idea? And then they'd be like, no, I think that's dumb. And I would be like, oh, okay, why? And then they would tell me, and I would have a lot of fun with that. Because I think the other idea is dumb. Why aren't we going? Oh, we are. We're just going slow. Please let me make this light. I made it. Boom! We're on the freaking highway. Guys, everybody, who loves Mr. Boom, the cat? Who loves Mimi, the Mr. Boom cat who said boom? He is so cute, and he went boom, boom. Apparently he was very angry when he said this. Dude, I think Chainsaw Man does such a good job of giving its villains, like, legitimate plans. I think Chainsaw Man does such a good job. Because, like, I feel like when the stakes are so high and the issues are so large and, like, the big bad has so much power, it's like a lot of stories will get lost in that and kind of just be like, yes, I need more power, and once I have more power, I'll feel comfortable taking over the world. And I'm like, okay. I think that Full Metal Alchemist also does a really good job of this, where it's like there's a degree to which this character has a lot of power and is obviously very strong and can beat a lot of guys, but like the plan makes sense. Like I understand why doing this plan would be required, and I feel the same way in Chainsaw Man. I think they're both extremely well-written works. I gotta turn on the friggin' air conditioning, Penguins. Boom! But yeah, I'm really excited for this movie, man. And it's funny, like, I'm excited for this movie, but I've already read it, like, I read all of part 1, and I thought, wow, this is a freaking amazing story. And then, I stopped, because I didn't want to start part 2 when I would have to read it weekly. Just thought that would be annoying. And I tried to read it weekly for a little while, but the chapters were just so short that I was like, okay, this is like pointless. Like I'm not gonna remember anything from week to week. If I could read like more than 1 chapter a week, like if I could get maybe 3, maybe it would be doable. But 1 was just like brutal. So I'm waiting. But I'm very excited to see this movie just because it's like, I think it'll be fun to watch it animated. And I'm also very interested in like what feedback they took from the stance that people had about season 1. Because when season 1 came out, there were 2 main like points of pain for fans of the series. The first one was that the director, similarly to the original writer, Tatsuki Fujimoto, had a lot of love for live action movies, and that was like a large inspiration for the directorial style and artistic style of the show. So we would get like extra scenes that are, you know, not that short, you know, like a full scene was dedicated just to Aki doing the laundry. And it's like, does this add, or was Chainsaw Man already good enough and deep enough and we didn't need this scene? I personally enjoy watching it. I like watching animation of daily tasks. I think the specificity that comes with it, and like I don't know, it's like I think that there's a level of mindfulness that you have to achieve that is so high to be able to like faithfully portray certain things. Like, my favorite example of this is when a character in Beyond the Boundary gets really angry and he just like gets frustrated and he slams the microwave door shut, and the door bounces back open because it's just like a microwave on the wall. The door bounces back open, and instead of like getting angrier or making that like a funny joke, the character just like gets depressed after that, like feels defeated. And it's like, wow, that is how I would feel. Like, you get so angry, you just kind of slam something, it's uncharacteristic, it bounces back, like not even that worked, and it's just like, that's the last straw, and that breaks the anger down, and you're just like defeated at that point. I think that, you know, things like that, you have to understand like the emotionality and the real ways that like your actions impact your environment, and then how that comes back to like your emotions. I think that just, there's a level of care that has to be taken to do things like that successfully that is like so impressive to me. I think it's really, really beautiful. So, you know, I like watching the laundry scene regardless, but there's a lot of contention between like, is this actually good, or are they ruining Chainsaw Man? Because like, Chainsaw Man, I think you could argue, is in part so good because it, sorry, I'm trying to figure out where I go. I think I merge here, I do. There's an argument to be made that something that's so good about Chainsaw Man is that it, like, portrays itself as a crazy, like, battle shonen, while also having so much depth and, like, hard-hitting emotion and etc. But it portrays itself as like a crazy battle shonen. And with the difference in tone here, you could say that like the original charm of Chainsaw Man has kind of been zapped away, because if they were like, if there were these slow melancholic scenes throughout Chainsaw Man, it wouldn't be like masquerading as a battle shonen anymore. It would be telling you explicitly, like maybe a Gundam or other like sad political show would have you to believe that this is like a moment to reflect, and the show is about reflecting, rather than saying, look, we're a crazy battle shonen, but there's a ton to reflect about. At least that's kind of my takeaway from like why people don't like that change. Maybe it's just on a less, maybe it's a more face value level too. Maybe people are just like, I'm here to watch my crazy battle shonen that I read, and they weren't thinking about it because they just like read for fun, and then now it's time for Aki to do the laundry, and it's like, girl, that's not what I'm here for, you know? So that's the first point of contention. The second point of contention is the use of 3D CG. And, you know, in episode 1 of the show, there's like a huge fight, and Chainsaw Man, the titular Chainsaw Man, is animated using 3D computer graphics as opposed to being 2D animated or even just rotoscoped. There is obviously like there's a balance between them, right? So like, they'll bounce between using rotoscoping, they'll bounce between using 2D, and they'll bounce between using 3D, and it looks good. But there are certain moments where I'm like, I'm watching 3D, especially on the chainsaws, because like when a chainsaw is whirring, you want it to be like really stylistic, and when it's 3D, like instead of drawing the cool like spinning chain on top of it, they just have a physical 3D model of a chain spinning around the chainsaw, and it just doesn't look as good. Like it just can't. It can't, because like it doesn't have the blur, and it doesn't have the like just like cool effect, you know? This is not where I get off. So because of that, it's like a little, you know, it's a little like, I don't like this. But on par, I'm like cool with it. Like, I don't really care. I think in the first episode, the animation was done really well. What kind of miffed me was there's a battle later on. I couldn't tell you what episode it's in because I only remember this because of the recap. Where they used 3D CG on the titular Chainsaw Man once again. And it looks a little not that good. And I understand that it made it possible to draw such a like fully fleshed out battle scene for like a very important fight that's supposed to look very cool. And it like helps on time, but it just like killed it. It just like killed the vibes. I don't know what to say. So, you know, I too am in the camp of I don't like watching 3D CG shows nearly as much as 2D ones. And maybe that's just because like I'm watching 3D CG shows that are like the 3D is put in a 2D show randomly, and it's not like there the whole time, you know? Like maybe a whole 3D show wouldn't bother me as much, but I really didn't like how it was handled in the fight that I'm talking about now. In the first episode, it was fine. In this episode, I really disliked it. And it just made me unhappy. I'm trying to remember which came out first. I think Chainsaw Man came out before Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, right? I think so. And in Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, they like ran out of time for one of their, because these are made by the same studio, they ran out of time for one of the battles. So they didn't complete it, and then they released the completed version in the Blu-ray. And it's like, dang, would I have rather had that? And the answer is yes. I would rather have had like a 1 minute long epic battle than like a 3 minute long battle where there's some 3D in it. And maybe I'm in the minority there. Like, you know, I don't need a super long battle. I'm there for other things, but maybe just like a longer battle is something that people really want more of. So those are the two main gripes with the series, and I'm very interested to see the direction of the anime, like, in the movie. Because are they going to keep those really slow-paced scenes? Like, are we going to see more of that kind of slice of life style to like cause us to like sit there with our emotions and like think about like Aki while he's doing his laundry? Or are we rather gonna be like more back in line with like what the original manga kind of was like? I'm interested, and I also really wonder if there will be big 3D scenes in this movie. I'm very interested to see. I'm merging. But yeah, that's about all I have to say. I guess what I really should do is check who directed the film compared to who directed the TV show. And if they're the same person, then it'll be even more interesting to see what's up. Because if it's the same person, then it's like, wow, he actually like took some lessons from what he was doing. But then at the same time, like, I don't even know that anything he did was wrong. Like, the 3D CG is a personal choice or a personal opinion. Like, I just don't like it that much. And if it was like animated differently, I think I could have liked it, you know? I think I could have liked it if it was just animated like a little bit differently. So, like, I don't have a problem with 3D as like as a process. I just didn't like it in this show. So maybe they just like perfected the style they were already doing. You know, I'm just very interested in all these things. So yeah, I would love to know. I would love to know. Okay, guys, I'm checking because I'm at a red light. Okay. Rats. I didn't quite get there. I didn't quite get far enough in my search before the light turned. So now, we'll never freaking know. We'll never freaking know, Penguins. We'll never freaking know. I didn't even take my phone out of the holder. I just like, I was gaming. I almost got there. I found the name of the director of the film. I just didn't find the name of the director of the show yet. But I got to the page about the film, so I just had to, or about the show. So I just had to scroll down, and then I would have seen it. But I'm about to get to the parking lot, and I am arriving there a tiny bit late, so I have to go immediately. So, anyways, guys, I'll see you on the other side. I'll see you on the other side of the movie. Am I going in here? Or in the next one? I'm going in on the next one. It looks like it didn't matter. It looks like there are no parking spots. It looks like I'm not supposed to park here anyways. Is that? Okay, that is a car with a person in it. Okay. I just like can't see. Their windows are completely black. And their car is like a little beat up. So I fully didn't know if there was a person. Okie dokie. It says do not enter. It wants me to go in a place that says do not enter. Oh, I am supposed to park here. Yikes, I gotta find parking. Is there no parking? Uh-oh. Is that parking too? No, that's a dumpster. Is there no parking? Question mark? Yikes. Okay, what do I do? Wow. I thought I found a spot, but it was just a really small car. Okay, I'm gonna look up parking. Parking. I just routed to the one I'm in. It's a 7-minute walk? The nearest one? Okay. No, that's not really a spot. Okay, well, I'm gonna be late to this movie, and that really breaks my little heart, to be honest. Is there, I can turn around here. Okay. And now I turn right. Dude, I can't believe there's 0 parking. It's 2:25 on a it's 2:25 on a Friday. I've gone across the street. I'm parked in a strip mall. I'm parked in front of a grocery store. If I get towed, I'll cry. Bye, guys. Guys, this is another classic peg anxiety moment. I made it. But also, where I parked was a little spooky, right? Like, so I parked in the strip mall, and it was at a grocery store. But the grocery store is, like, boarded up. It's like perma-closed. That being said, not everything in the strip mall is perma-closed, so it should be fine, but it was stressful. Also, oh, sorry, I just stepped on something loud. Also, when I went in, I showed my ticket, and they're like, "Do you want this poster?" And I was like, "Yeah," but I think it's perforated. So all the characters are like they're individual characters. Like I can take apart the poster and have like a Chainsaw Man movie poster, a Denji poster, a Chainsaw Man poster, a Pochita poster, and they're all just like little cards. Everyone's gone. I could have parked here now. Uh-oh. Okay, I see my car. Yippee. I said uh-oh because the entrance I used is now closed. Or it's at least closed for like car-sized openings. Like you can walk through it, but there's not enough room for a car. Anyways, I went in and I thought I was the only person there. And I was for a little while. But then, like probably 3 minutes, 5 minutes into the movie, maybe more than 5, a couple walked in, so there were 3 of us. Anyways, I'll be right back. Oh my god, penguins! I really almost got towed. I really almost got towed. There's gonna be a swap meet in this parking lot, and I walked up right as the guy is closing the gate. I wasn't gonna be able to get out, dude. I wasn't gonna be able to get out of the gate. They're running a swap meet, and I just barely got out. Oh my god. That's crazy. Okay. Oh, I was like, hey, can I leave like through this way? And he was like, if the gate's open. And I was like, yeah, I'm like parked over there. And he was like, oh, you gotta move your car. Like you gotta move your car. They're doing a swap meet. And I was like, oh, I'm leaving right now. Okay, I gotta put in my directions and go. The director is not the same. I checked right before the film because I was the only person there. I hit the wrong one. I don't want to go all the way there. I want to go to my current apartment, not my previous permanent residence. Okay. Oh my god! Get me out! Oh my god. Okay, okay, I'll talk about the movie in a minute. I gotta get out of here first. Ah! Ah! Get me out of here! Wait! I don't know that the other businesses in this strip mall are open. They might all be closed. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm out. No ticket, no tow, big movie. Oh god, that was so scary, dude. Oh my god, that's crazy. Okay, wow, that was so scary. Jeez, that's my second like parking mishap on the PEGCAST. The first one being in whatever it was. I don't remember if I think it's called shoot, I don't remember. It's like clenched or something, clenched peg, because I was clenched up with anxiety. And I cut it out. I recorded the PEGCAST as I was leaving the place, and I couldn't find my parking ticket then. And then I like turned it off. I was like, that's too much. Like it's not fun for anyone. Like I don't want to listen back to this, so I cut it out. But anyways, so I just figured, yeah, it's a different director. But you know, it was still interesting to see what changed between the anime TV series and the movie. And so I'm just gonna start off with all my complaints about this film that I can think of right now, okay? Just like straight coming out of it. I have two big complaints, okay? The first one is that it was too loud. The movie theater was a little bit too loud, and they should have turned the volume down by like maybe 1 or 2. I appreciated the music being very loud, but every time Beam screamed anything, I was like, that's too loud. Maybe it would have been dampened if the room was full of people. So it's not really their fault, but you know, that's my first of 2 complaints. My second is that it was so freaking cold. And maybe it would have been a little warmer if it was a room full of people. But you know, so maybe that's not their fault either. You know, so that's where we're at. Those are my 2 complaints. Great movie. I think, I mean, I haven't read the manga in a long time, right? Like, it's been multiple years. So, I don't exactly remember everything about the arc that was adapted into the movie. So, I couldn't tell you which is, like, better, you know? I couldn't tell you which one is the better way to view the movie. What I can tell you is, after watching the anime recaps of Chainsaw Man, I can tell you that I personally would not vouch for watching the recaps as the best way to experience it. I think you should read Chainsaw Man. I feel the same about the TV show. I think it's not such a compromised experience that watching the anime would be a mistake. Like, I think watching the anime would not be bad once more of it is out and there's more to like sink your teeth into. But I think if you're gonna watch or read Chainsaw Man now, you should read it and not watch it. Once the anime is more out or whatever, I think it would be okay. That being said, this movie was so freaking good. Oh my god. The couple was like kind of like talking about a few things and like laughing to each other at the very beginning, but they stopped pretty quick. So it was good. And then I didn't hear them again until the girl cried at a part of the movie. And I was like, wow, I guess maybe I'm the fool. Maybe I'm not so emotionally invested in this movie because I'm so focused on the themes or whatever, or how pretty everything looks. And I was like, am I missing this? And then like the final scene happens and I started crying. And then it's the final scene happens and I started crying more. And then the post-credit scene happened and it was funny. So it was a good movie. And I'm not really spoiling anything by telling you guys that I cried, because I cry at everything. And I didn't cry when this girl cried, so you don't even, like, you're totally mixed up. You don't even know when you're supposed to cry. So there are no spoilers for the movie. But if I had to recommend how to consume Chainsaw Man to you, I think I would say that you should read up to the point that this movie takes place and then watch the movie. Because, like, oh goodness, speed up, sir. Because the spectacle of this film was so unbelievable that it's like, god dang it, I merged into the lane and then 2 lanes disappeared. Now I'm in the wrong freaking one. Are you merging? You're not. You're not merging. So I'm gonna merge. This is just an insane movie. There were a few jokes that made me laugh out loud that were just, like, super funny. And it is, I think, just like the craziest. I think it's just got the craziest battles of any freaking movie or anime I've ever watched. I think it was the most insanely animated, sick fights I've ever seen. And it did not feel too slice of lifey. It felt like how Chainsaw Man feels, where it's like there's a lot to sink your teeth into. There's some really sad stuff happening, but there's also some really funny stuff happening, and it's like goofy. So I really liked it. I think I would be shocked if Chainsaw Man fans did not like this movie. It still had a lot of film inspiration. It wore it on its sleeve. There were multiple moments where it was kind of shot like a live action. And that was really cool to me. That was really cool to me. I'm not like a live action movie fan, really. So I can't tell you that much about the specific references that were made, although I'm sure there were many. Because, you know, that's what they do. That's what they do. These Chainsaw Man makers. Also, there was an opening, like a, oh, sorry. Sorry, I'm trying to communicate with the driver. We both were trying to merge at the same time. He was trying to go right, and I was trying to go left. And we both went, and then we were both like, oh, no, you can go. And then I gave him a thumbs up, and I was like, you go, you go, you go. Because his is more time sensitive, I think. Oh, no, it's equivalent. It's equivalent. He had to get in, and I was gonna... Okay, never mind. Well, whatever. It worked out. I communicated with him. He looked like a friendly man. Wow, what a great movie, dude. I wish I could talk about all the things, but presumably y'all haven't seen it. Maya, I know you read some Chainsaw Man. This is, I mean, you know what part the movie's about, right? Come on, you gotta know what part the movie's about. Maya, it was so awesome. It was so awesome. I don't know if you remember the emotional beats from this part. But it was awesome. Okay, I've realized that I can't say anything, even if one person has read it. Like, I still, it was funny, it was cool, it was awesome. There was a moment where, like, there are even some, like sound effect funny moments, which really killed me. Like, it did not, like, the people behind me, I don't think they, like, laughed when I laughed a single time, but I also didn't laugh when they laughed, so I don't know what's up. But yeah, it was just this couple, man. It was this weird friggin' couple. I only say they're weird because they came and they sat, like, diagonally behind me. And it's like, dude, we got the whole theater to ourselves. Like, I'm sitting in the centermost seat, but, like, why aren't you just, like, 3 rows behind me and in the middle, or 2 rows, or 1 row if you're, like, here for the movie, you know? Like, what the heck? Like, why are you off center and right behind me? Like, what? Like, pick. You can be right behind me, or you can be, like, not right behind me. Like, I don't know. Just why are you off center unless you're gonna, like, hide in the back and kiss? And if you're gonna do that, like, why are you at the Chainsaw Man movie? I just thought that their seating decision was a little confusing. But yeah, that was like the freaking best movie ever, to be honest. It's not my favorite movie I've ever seen because I like what K-On! Stands for. But it is like so freaking cool, and I have that itch to just like completely throw myself into Chainsaw Man again, like to read the whole thing and just be like, wow, this is the greatest thing ever, you know? I definitely feel the pull to just like read the whole thing and really like take a magnifying glass to it and like think through everything. And you know, there was one line in the movie, and I don't know if this is the same way that the information is delivered to us in the manga, but there's one line in the movie where they say, like, where they describe a character. They're like, oh, this is their backstory. And I can see that line coming across as, like, maybe a little jarring. Maybe a little, like, why did they include it like this? Like, this is tacky, like, it's not done very well. But I think if you're, like, thinking the whole time, you could already have known what the person said. I say this as someone who had completely forgotten the story and kind of assumed what the person had said, and then he said it, and I was like, oh, cool. I don't, you know, that could just be that there's like a part of me that remembered, but it certainly wasn't anywhere near my conscious that I knew it at some point, and it was in my conscious because I had reasoned it through watching the movie. So, you know, that would have been my only gripe, is if I hadn't really figured that out, I would have been like, huh, like, that's weird. Why are they just, like, dropping this out of nowhere? And, like, it's necessary, I guess, for an emotional beat, but, yeah, I don't think it's tacky at all. I think it's really good. I think that you could have figured it out, and I think because of that, it's, like, fine for them to, like, have these people say it. Dude, the little things. The little things. There's a moment where Aki is holding on to a like street lamp post, and after something happens, you can see his eyes sort of dart around, and that's exactly the kind of thing I was talking about when I said the guy who like slammed the door in the, like, he slammed the microwave door. It was like exactly what I was talking about. Like the way that his eyes darted around, the way he was like, it was just unbelievable. Just a true marvel of humanity, you know? Like, to be able to recognize patterns of the ways that people act when they're thinking or doing or feeling certain things, and then transcribe that onto a piece of paper or onto the screen. I suppose it's digital, but to get your hand with something in it and like draw that is just unfathomable to me. And when it's done, it really, really, really pays off for me specifically. It really, like, oh, it was such an unbelievably good movie. I like it. It is a good movie to the degree that I would tonight, like, if I didn't have a problem with watching it in 2x speed, like morally, or not morally, but like if I could watch it in 2x speed, like I would spend, what I'm trying to say is I would spend 3 hours tonight watching the beginning parts of Chainsaw Man. I would watch the recaps again if Cammy wanted to go see the movie tomorrow, and then I would watch the movie tomorrow. I truly, for all the people that say that Chainsaw Man is bad, I don't understand. I just don't understand. I don't understand. If, like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. If someone says it's too crass, and they just, like, can't with things that are crass, fine. If you can't handle, like, crassness, okay. But for literally any other reason, I simply do not understand. I simply do not understand. If people say that Denji is shallow, I just, like, I think by this part of the story, by the time you're through this part of the story, we're just, like, not watching the same show. I love friggin' Chainsaw Man, dude. It was so awesome. It was so awesome. And, spoilers, skip 10 seconds ahead if you don't want to hear this, okay? It's spoilers. If you haven't watched the movie or watched Chainsaw Man up before that, please skip ahead 10 seconds now, okay? Start now is when you're gonna skip. Okay, Denji does the same jump kick at the bomb as he did against the katana guy, and it's like, oh, he's like learning, he's trying to do his cool move, but it didn't work. Hey guys, I hope that you can hear me. I hope that you can hear me. I hope it's 10 seconds. I hope that's what happened. I noticed a little detail, so I had to talk about the little detail, and there was no way for me to say it without talking about the context of the show. Okie dokie, when this car passes me, I'm gonna merge. Okay guys, you wanna hear something crazy? You wanna hear something crazy, everybody? Penguins, who wants to hear something crazy? Raise your hand if you want to hear something crazy. I have to pee so freaking bad. Like, by the end of the movie, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to pee something fierce. I'm gonna, like, explode from pee. That's what I was thinking. There's a motorcyclist, and I have to merge to the right. And they're, like, basically in my blind spot. And I really, okay, I got it. They slowed down. Thank you, motorcyclist. Why didn't you get out of my blind spot before that, though? Hello, motorcyclist. You and I together. Okay, I had to pee so bad at the end of the movie, and you might be thinking, Batpeg, why didn't you go pee at the end of the movie? Why didn't you do that? And the reason is because I had my poster, right? I had my poster, and I couldn't, like, I didn't have anyone to give it to hold while I went in. So I was like, well, it's only like 20 minutes to home, and I'm very good at not peeing. So that was my decision. And I'm really glad I made that decision, because otherwise I think I would have not maybe been able to leave. I probably would have been able to leave the parking lot, to be honest. But, like, who knows, right? Who knows? Because it was very close. The guy was like, you have to leave, like, now. I was like, yeah, I'm sorry. Well, that's not all what I... Dude, the car in front of me has a "See You Space Cowboy" bumper sticker. I got an anime fan in front of me. Did they think a lot of people were gonna come see this movie? Oh, wait, I saw the 220 showing. Maybe a lot of people are gonna come see this movie. Because they have posters and a freaking blind bag. I gotta open my blind bag. Also, my motherboard came today, so I have to reassemble my computer, my PC. It came while I was in the movie. Thank you, Kai. Thank you, Kai, very much for all your help. I can keep going. I'm gonna fit. I don't know that this next person behind me will. Oh no, they will. They always have live music in this restaurant. And one time I drove past it, and the guy who was playing the saxophone was really bad. Oh, but this time it sounds like they're just kind of having a good old time. They're succeeding. They got a tuba in there, bro. I hope you could hear that, because it was kind of fun and awesome. Y'all, I'm so hungry. Wait, didn't I bring granola bar? Yeah, I did bring granola bar. Thank you, Cammy. Cammy was like, you gotta bring granola bar. And I was like, okay. So I have the Nature Valley granola bar. Because recently, Penguins, we went to the grocery store. This wasn't that recent anymore, but they had a deal on granola bars. And it was like $3 off or something crazy. So it was like really, really cheap compared to how it was normal. So we bought a ton. And so now I'm eating one. It's so good. Wow. It has chocolate. Dark chocolate, that is. And it kind of melted. And it also has cherry. And the cherry is like particularly flavorful right now. It's particularly tart. I feel like this is the ideal temperature for this granola bar. Like, it's delicious. I told Cammy that after the movie, I would text her about grocery shopping. And I would go buy groceries. But that was before I knew that I was gonna have to pee so freaking bad. And also before I knew I had a blind box. Or a blind bag, I should say. Because that's what it is. About the end of my granola bar. There's a big open field right here. A vacant lot, if you will. And Cammy and I discussed, really only in like, this would be fun. We would never really do it, but we discussed doing that like eco-vandalism thing where like you get a bunch of wildflowers and you sprinkle them all over the field as you run by, and then hopefully they grow. That's what everyone hoped. Sometimes I think about how much of the PEGCAST is just the noises of my car. Because, you know, like, there's the tick-tock of my blinker, and then my car just went like, and like, I don't even know why it does that. It did it again. I don't know why it does that. Guys, I sweat so bad. I was frozen in there. I was like all bundled up, but also I was sweating. I get really clammy in a movie theater. What should I have you comment down below? Everybody, comment below. Do you think a bomb or a chainsaw is a scarier thing? Which is scarier, bomb or chainsaw? Everybody, comment below. Well, anyways, guys. Well, I guess I don't have to end the episode right now. I have another like block and a half. Dude, my car is whirring up a storm. I just drove past 2 little cute doggies. That's what you don't know. Okay. Dude, there's tree work freaking everywhere. They're tree trimming around my place of residence. Are you gonna pull right in front of me? Okay, good. They're tree trimming, so I gotta go around. Whee! I gotta turn in now, guys. Okay, I'm basically back home, and I have to pee so freaking bad. Oh, I guess I don't have to end the episode, though, because... Not that you guys are gonna come with me, but... Like, I'll end this bit, but I don't have to end the episode, because I still have a buy. I can't speak. I have to pee so bad, dude. I don't have to end the episode because I still have a blind bag to open. Who is excited? Who is excited, everybody? I'll be right back. Hey, I totally forgot to add this in earlier. But one of the things I really wanted to say was that the difference in how 3D was used was really, really, really noticeable. There was still 3D used, like you can see it in the beginning scenes, but 3D is only really used for like character animation when it's a non-combat scene. So in the combat scenes, everything is 2D animated as far as I could see. I'm again not like a master, but that's what I saw. And when 3D is used, it seems like it's almost all rotoscoped when it's character animation. There are, of course, like 3D cars going down the road and whatever, but that doesn't matter that much to me relative to character animation, just I care so much about character animation. And so the fact that all the character animation that is 3D is rotoscoped and looks really good, and they don't use it for super high mobility animations is really nice to me. I really liked it. I thought this movie looked 1,000 times better than the show did, both just because it has the movie budget and they have to be super huge and bombastic with the colors and whatnot during fight scenes, etc., but also just because of the way that they handled their use of 3D. I really, 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 really liked this movie. I think it was super beautiful. I'm still sitting here talking about it, and it is now 6:38. I peed. Cammy. She's in bed. Cammy. One thing I should mention is that I didn't actually know that the couple was right behind me until at the end of the movie when they got up, and I was like, oh, they're like right behind me. So I just realized that I kind of sounded like I was being annoyed at them. And then also, also I was trying to remember the phrase movie buff earlier. Right? Like a film buff. Here's the poster. See, it can be cut into sections. Do you see it? It can be cut into sections. So that's cool. Time for my blind bag opening. This is my motherboard. Time for my blind bag unbagging. Oh, I forgot. I was gonna be like, hey Cammy, I bought the Chainsaw Man popcorn head bucket, but I forgot. I was gonna trick you. What did we get?
What
Is
did we get?
that literally a roll of tape? Oh, no, it's something different. What? Okay. And get this. Oh no. Oh no. I'll take that out last. Boom. Do you know what it is yet?
A crystal ball.
And a blue bolt. Oh, I got a Superman. Okay. Tammy, are you excited? You're getting Superman merchandise for free.
Yay.
Superman only in theaters.
Oh wow, that's so pretty.
How does this come out? This looks like it's a lamp.
I don't think.
Yeah, it says red one, and I'm pretty sure it's a lamp.
What is red one?
Only in theaters is what it is.
Oh, I see. So this has not, like, this doesn't have anything to do with Chainsaw Man?
No, it's just if you, oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, uh-huh. Okay, you gotta feel him.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
He's like a something Iranian.
Yeah, he's like a giant calico critter.
Yep.
His legs don't seem to move.
You're
What is
killing
this? What is this? Do you understand? Oh, they stick in. They stick into the holes here, and he can eat your popcorn. Wait, I'm an idiot. You gotta go like this. You gotta hook him in there. Boom! Now listen, Cammy, when we watch all of the Chainsaw Man recaps and then the movie for tonight and then tomorrow. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Boom! That's our new favorite popcorn bucket that we have. That's our new favorite one. Wait, so what's this?
I don't know.
That seems like the complete package, right? And red one isn't a Superman property.
Not that I can think of. Oh, you're right. There's like a remote control.
Yeah, that's why I said it. Here, come with me. Well, I guess you don't have to. I'm just getting scissors. My red one. Orb. It opens. But we don't have anything to put in it. Are you supposed to have something to put in it? Did we get like half of the red one and all of the super dog? Is that possible?
I think we'll have to do some research.
Is that possible, do you think?
I don't know.
Yeah, they just had a blind bag because I bought a ticket, and I think they just have too much stuff. Well, I think it might not come with battery. Oh. I don't see this light turning on, which you think would indicate. Maybe now it works. I think they didn't. I think we didn't come with batteries.
Does it say anything about what it is?
Oh, that's genius. This is not a toy.
Oh no.
It does take batteries, I can tell you that. And you can't incinerate it. And it's made in Dongguan.
Okay, bilingual.
Well, it just says it on there. I wouldn't say bilingual really, but is this gonna screw it? Do we have batteries?
Yeah.
Where are they? Do you know?
No. I think they're in our room.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna see if I can unscrew this first. with my trusty little screwdriver. Oh, that was a little difficult. What if we open it and then we get sucked into the orb?
Well, luckily there's a way to open it back up.
Who's the red one? Oh, it has batteries. Are they dead? It takes AAAs. We don't have AAAs. Okay, well, I think they're dead. Do you think, when did Red 1 come out? What if it was really long ago and the batteries are dead? Okay, well, I'm done. I don't care about this thing.
But oh yeah.
Cammy told me that Red 1 is the Christmas movie about Santa with The Rock in it from last Christmas, and it's like almost December now, so it's almost a year old, and that's why our batteries are dead. Bye! Should we look up what Red 1 is?
Okay.
Anyways, guys, that's gonna be the end of this episode. Make sure to like, subscribe, do all of that good stuff, and yes, goodbye.